Hi there, Year 3. Mrs. Doran here. I hope you got on okay with your writing your sun and poems yesterday. So it should be today, Thursday the 25th of February, and today we're looking at editing, redrafting and proofreading our poem. Now, you should be getting to be bits of experts at these because we've done this for a myth and we did it for our diary entry. So today we're going to go through it together. So you're going to pause me when we get to certain sections. So who can remember what we do first? That's right, we are going to check the toolkit features. So we're going to make sure we can remember that we've got all to contain all these things in our poem, okay? I'm not going to read them out because I did yesterday, so I think you should be able to remember them. If you're not sure, ask an adult. Now, the first thing you're going to do, apart from checking the toolkit, is read your poem out loud to check it makes sense. Now, that doesn't mean to say your ideas have to make sense, but the overall effects of it. So if it doesn't make sense, you might need to redraft it. I mean, say for a poem, it's quite unlikely you're going to have to redraft it, but you might have to. You might have to write out one verse a stanza. Okay, you might notice where a part of your writing could be improved, so you might need to add some more imagery and detail. So to do this, you need to go back to that toolkit again, redraft. Okay, did you include any similes or did you include any personification? Have a look through and see. You might be able to edit and get rid of that as well. So when you've looked through, or if you don't think it needs any redrafting, you can come with me to the next slide. If you do think it needs a bit of work, then pause me here. Okay, right, you're back. So let's look at the next slide. Now, okay, editing. Editing is when we improve a little bit of our writing. Right, we've got the word banks, so we can go back and have a little look, and maybe we can use the word banks to improve our vocabulary choices. Or in a poem, this is most of the time, but sometimes in your writing too, we might need to reduce our words. Do we need so many in a poem? So let's have a look at mine, because I think there's a couple of things that I need to do here. So on mine here, I've got peeping, creeping, tiny amber mouse. I quite like the peeping, creeping, because I like the sound of it, because I'm repeating it, so it's onomatopoeia coming in as well as peeping, creeping, tiny amber mouse. No, I think I'll leave that actually. I was going to change it, but I actually quite like it now reading it. Fingers of milky gold spreading. I could change spreading. I see on my word bank, which I've got here, that they've got the word reaching. So I'm going to try and write reaching. A few issues. There we go. That kind of says reaching. It's not very good. I'm going to change my pen to red. Through the purple darkness. I don't know. I could get rid of darkness. Let's see what it sounds like. Peeping, creeping, tiny amber mouse. Fingers of milky gold, reaching through the purple, reaching through the darkness. No, I think it can say actually. Golden eye emerging from the blanket of night. Again, I've got emerging there. I quite like that. This one here, I think I've kind of edited already. Reborn tangerine bloom. Quite hard to say, but actually I like that too. So yeah, I think that's okay. So anything that I've changed there is my vocabulary for reaching. Let's look here. Stretching arms, flicking light into open doors. Do I need to change anything? I don't know. Empty doors? I'm not sure. I'll leave it like that. Patiently watching. Now I did wonder about this watching. I could have patiently staring or patiently waiting. Don't know what you reckon. Just have to change it to something else. That's a patiently staring, I think. You see, I've changed it to red, but I still can't write with this pen and the mouse. I need my pen from school. Patiently staring. Yeah, that's okay, actually. I quite like that. Gentle smile, murmuring, breathing life. A lone daffodil heralding spring. No, I like that. Oh, I can get rid of that because I don't need that. Lone daffodil. Lone daffodil heralding spring. I don't know. At lone daffodil. No, I think I like it that. So can you see? I've gone through, I've edited it, I've found a few things and put my vocabulary in. I have got some things that I need to change for my punctuation, but I'll do that in a minute. So off you go. You go and do yours now. Edit your poem, okay? And see whether you can change anything. See if you can change at least one or two things like I did. And then come back again. Right, so you're back. You've edited your poem. Well done. So now it's proofreading. And with poems, punctuation is treated slightly differently. It's not quite the same. So you don't always have a full stop at the end of each idea. Sometimes you have a comma, and your sentences aren't always sentences. Sometimes they're phrases, because it's that collection of idea and the imagery that you want the reader to connect with. So the poems that we were looking at, the Emily Dickinson one and the Philip Larkin one, they did have a capital letter at the start of each idea, so the start of each line. So let's have a look at my poem, because I'm not sure my poem doesn't have that. So this is my original poem. So if you were doing it at home, you would have written those words and then carried it on. So peeping, creeping, tiny amber mouse, fingers. So I should have a capital letter there, because it's the start of a new line. Okay, in the spreading I changed to reaching through, so I can have a capital there. Peeping, creeping, tiny amber mouse, fingers of milky gold spreading through the purple darkness. So that's the end of my idea there. So I'm going to put a comma to show where it's the end of that idea. Golden eye emerging from the blanket of night. Now, this is where I didn't like that bit sticking out of the shape. So I'm going to change it. Okay, I'm going to put it down here. So now that looks really random. Let's put that there. The blanket of night. Does that look better? Yeah, it kind of like, again, it's kind of like more of a shape to it, doesn't it? So let's read through and see what happens. So through the purple darkness, comma, because that's the end of the idea. Golden eye emerging from the blanket of night. So that is the end of that idea. That needs a capital letter now, because it's the beginning of my line. Reborn tangerine blue. Now, because it's the end of my stanza and the end of that kind of collection of ideas, okay, so let's leave a line here, that's fine, and let's go on to my next stanza, my next verse, which is about the effect the sun has on the landscape. Stretching arms, flicking, oh look, need a capital letter there, flicking light into open doors. Now that's the end of that idea, so I need to have a comma. Patiently watching, gentle smile murmuring. So patiently watching, that's really one idea actually. Gentle needs capital letter, because in poems, not when you're writing some kind of other work with sentences, you need to have a capital letter at the beginning of each line, but not when we do our different kind of writing. Gentle smile, murmuring, breathing life. I don't know really about that. No, I suppose it's a different idea. I'm going to have a capital letter here. Okay, and then a comma. And then a lone daffodil heralding spring. Full stop to show it's ended. Okay? So did you see how we went through? Okay. And I used like the models of the Emily Dickinson poem in particular to see what punctuation I needed. Okay. So I haven't always got punctuation because these 3 lines are all the same idea and that one too. But most of them here do. And every single letter at the beginning of each of my new line has a capital letter. Okay, so when you've done that, you need to come back, all right? So you've gone away, have you? You've proofread your work and checked for your punctuation. Well done. Now you know what's coming next, don't you? Spellings. I don't have to say it, it shouldn't take you too long. Use your word match, use a dictionary. You can use the Sun Poem word map. Go through and check those spellings. Okay, when you've done that, come back to me. All right, all done? Read through your poem one last time to check you haven't missed anything. Then you're going to read your poem to a member of your family. Now, remember, you did this at the beginning of the week with Mr. Bayford, so you're going to read it to them. But when you're reading it to them, you have to perform. So you have to make sure you're speaking very clearly with intonation and like feelings as well. Okay, put lots of expression into your poems. So again, the audience, okay, can really connect with your poem again, gets really entertained with it. You could video yourself reading your poem and send it to your teachers. That'd be great to see. And also you could publish your poem. It depends how long this whole editing thing has taken. Okay. Now, good luck with everything. I'm looking forward to reading these amazing poems. I'm sure they're going to be brilliant. See you soon, year 3. Bye-bye.